1075 The Game Podcasting is sponsored by Modern Exterminating, a family-oriented company. Professional, honest, and dependable pest control solutions. We're your one-stop shop for all pests.
I have been posing a rhetorical question all week, and that is, are we seeing the best version of LaNorris that we can? Maybe that's not rhetorical. We're not at this point, Langston, but is it? We know he wants to be a better pocket passer. We know he's doing what he can with Mike Shula to develop for the next level, and that is certainly acceptable. And you know all about both these levels, the SEC and the NFL. But it does seem right now, and I don't know what you think, but to me, it certainly seems like we are not getting the LaNorris sellers, that take over the game LaNorris sellers. What do you think is missing? What needs to change? Or is this just a natural progression of things?
I think like some continuity, for him, wanting to do the expectation, especially for a young person, is really, really tough. And so I think that's really what the coach's job is, of course, fundamentals and setting some structure, but like making sure you not quell and don't let them be as great as they can be, but also let's just do this, bro. Let's just make sure we get a couple passes going. And then from there, you start doing your thing there. But let's not out the gate. It's not going to be a Michael Vick streaking up the sideline type of deal. I mean, God bless it if it happens like that. But most of the time, football is not played like that. You got to throw the game plan out. And so maybe, the first drive of the Virginia Tech game was probably, not say it was the worst thing that could happen, but it probably wasn't good because, man, it felt like everything went according to script all the way down the score. But then completely after that and all the subsequent stuff, it took some other things, and the thing that it actually took for us to really get going on offense was a LaNorris sellers run. And so I think that's maybe some different things that we probably might need to start thinking about incorporating more. Again, I just play an offensive coordinator on Madden sometimes when my wife lets me play on the PlayStation sometimes. A lot more quarterback run, maybe some quarterback option. We haven't seen any of the quarterback, running back pull and switch, some of the things from last year. Now, again, I also knowing some of the history of Coach Shula and what really made him successful at Carolina was having a dynamo for a quarterback and a guy named Cam Newton. So we got some of that. Having they had two running backs up there, Stewart and another fella. Mm-hmm. And so I think for us, we got to figure out some ways to, not to say we got to have two running backs, but again, the phase-on deal, trying to figure out some ways to get him in there, him getting some familiarity with the line and the offensive line, like he was intermittently getting reps, but I can't think that we were dedicating so many reps to him that he was just ready to go because there was that threat out there that he could have not played. So figuring out some ways to get kind of a duel with that. And I think that just takes time. And I think the same way you got to feed a basketball player, you got to feed a quarterback, but you also got to feed that offensive line and let them get some things early on. So again, let them get some quick blocks, let them get some hands on these guys, moving around. Just like there's probably not so much more the offensive coordinator, but this information has to be disseminated through the O-line coach. But the O-line coach goes and asks those guys, what y'all want to run, man? What y'all want to see in the first series, man? What y'all like? Y'all like 10? Y'all like the ISO plays a lot? Now again, offensive coordinator can have a whole different plan. Like, man, we're gonna chuck that thing if we get this cover three look. It don't matter what these big boys on the front saying. But I think again, same thing, trying to get them some familiarity, capturing some blocks early on. And then from there, all the natural talent and all of that stuff will just open itself up. And hopefully we see a lot of third and 16, third and LaNorris sellers, a lot of those things happen.
Shane Beamer speaking last night ahead of Carolina and Vandy. Gamecocks now just 3.5-point favorites tomorrow night, 7:45 kickoff. Here's Shane Beamer from Carolina Calls with the injury report.
No, we're actually in great shape. I told Clint Haggard, our head athletic trainer, on Sunday that he was the most important person in South Carolina right now because we have a lot of guys out meeting Saturday night that we need to get back by the following Saturday. And Clint and his crew in the training room did an amazing job. And we'll have to release our injury report just like every other team in the SEC does here this evening. And when ours comes out, it's going to say that everyone is cleared and ready to play except for Judge Collier. He won't play on Saturday, but other than that, everyone's back and ready to roll.